Birthday Palooza, everybody. It's Monday, June 3rd, day 3. Hope you're all doing well. I just got home from work. It's about 4:39 to be exact, 4:39 p.m. Just got home from work. You can see it's a beautiful sunny day here. It's about 75 degrees, a lot different than what it has been in the past. And I'm taking a walk up to get my mail while I chat with you. Last night, I did not get anything accomplished that I wanted to get done on my crafting adventures. Actually, I didn't do anything at all. Gotta move out of the way, there's a car flying down my driveway. So, needless to say, I have nothing to show you guys today for stitching and knitting because since I filmed yesterday, I have absolutely nothing done. But I do have some other things to talk about whenever we get back into the house. There's someone looking at me. But I'm walking up here right now to get my mail. It's a beautiful day, so I thought I'd take a walk instead of just stopping at the mailbox on the way to the apartment. Give me a second to get my mail out of the box, and then we will walk back to the apartment. Got my key. And guess what? It is all... Is that it? I thought I got something else. Bills. All bills. It's not what else. Well, okay then. Anyways. We're gonna walk back to the apartment. So I hope you're all taking advantage of the weather if you're having nice weather where you're at. I certainly got to today. I'm almost close to 10,000 steps for the day. This morning, I went to the gym and got started at the gym bright and early at 6 a.m. Went to the gym and then I went to work. And then I was in meetings from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. straight through. So now, I'm going to relax and take it easy the rest of the night. And I'm sure you're getting a lot of glare, but I'm doing the best I can here, people. So I'm walking over here to the trail, to the sidewalk where I filmed yesterday. I went jogging yesterday. And that's where I was filming the Canadian geese and ducks. But it was pretty much all Canadian geese, I think, in the video. So, as you can see, there's the lake behind me. That's my apartment complex. We got if you're fairly new to my channel, I've showed this in the past before, but I have a really nice path around a lake that is right behind my building. Unfortunately, I do not look over my lake, but all I have to do is walk right around the building and it's right there. So I'm pretty lucky in that aspect. Lots of people are usually out walking. There's the lake, you can see the lake there. I take advantage of it during the nice weather months. It's enjoyable. Plus, I like to get out and see the animals. So that is what's happening now. So I'm going to finish taking a lap around the lake here to get back to my building, and I will turn the camera around and show you what else I want to talk about. See you in a bit. I made it back home, and now I just wanted to talk real quick about, since I have nothing to show you for progress, and my hair's hanging down in my face. Since I have nothing to show you for progress, I did want to talk briefly about Henry, because I've gotten a lot of questions and a lot of comments on what kind of how much floss did he actually take, and questions like that. So first off, thank you all for the comments on washing and cleaning and whatever with him. I'm going to take all of that into advisement as I consider what I'm going to do as far as washing or however I'm going to go about preparing him for framing. So I have a few weeks. I'm not going to get him framed right away. So I'm going to really think about what I want to do before I go about getting all of that done. So I have I'm going to really think hard about what I want to do before I go ahead and do it. But all of you have given me great insights and comments and thoughts. So thank you. Now, I've gotten lots of questions about how much floss did Henry actually use. Now, I stitched Henry on 28 count white Lugana, one stitch over, or one thread over one hole, so 1 over 1. The called for pattern calls for 25 count because I believe all Heaven and Earth design patterns call for 25 count. When I kitted him up, I went ahead and bought all of the thread necessary for 25 for the piece, as it would have been 25 count. That way I did not have any issues with dye lot issues or yada yada yada, all that, you know, all the above. So I went ahead and kitted him up for 25 count even though I was using 28 count. I really didn't think it would make that much of a difference. Keeping that in mind, this is how much thread I have left over. So I have all of the threads that are left on the bobbins. Most of them are fairly full. So almost full skeins of all 90 colors. And the ones that required multiple skeins, I still have that many skeins left over. Still a lot of floss that I have left over. This was all for Henry. So while I'm grateful for having all of this, I didn't really need all of that. And you know, a lot of people will say that they're very frugal with their floss whenever they're stitching. I'm not. Especially when it comes to DMC, I am not frugal with my floss. If I have any length that I know would drive me nuts to try to stitch with again, I just toss it. If I get a piece that gets a knot in it and I can't get the knot out, I cut it off and I toss it. It's DMC. It's fairly cheap. I know all of you in the other parts of the world that are not the US are going to complain and say, no, it's not cheap. It's inexpensive compared to other mediums. Therefore, I'm not very frugal with it. So so just that's to give you reference for how much floss I actually used. So just keep that in mind whenever if you're interested in stitching a Heaven and Earth design or a full coverage piece, because there's still a lot of floss left over. But I'd rather have more floss than not enough and then have to go buy another skein and it being the wrong dye lot or the wrong color or whatever. So there we go. Anyways, so that is the conversation on floss for Henry. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that floss now, because the floss is on the bobbins, because I already have a full set of DMC on bobbins. So these are all doubles. So I will probably pull from them first to try to use them up, like when I'm traveling and whatnot. And then I guess just put the bobbins in storage or take the stickers off. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. because I do not plan on starting another Heaven and Earth design right away. Now, what was the other question I had? I can't remember. Don't remember. I'll look it up and I'll try to remember it for tomorrow. But yes, those are Canadian geese. Yes, I have an overabundance of them around my house. New Jersey seems to be overrun with Canadian geese. It's going to drive me nuts until I can think of what that question was. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there for today because I have nothing more to show you as far as progress. I am hopefully going to work on mushrooms tonight, and then I will have some progress to show you tomorrow. Until tomorrow, happy birthday Palooza. Happy June 3rd, June 4th, and I will see you all tomorrow. And don't forget, as always, be creative.